Welcome, gathered friends, and thank you for joining us once again as we light the lantern and begin another adventure. Tonight we'll be playing It Waits for No One, a modern fantasy tale. My name is Archangelic or Mal. My pronouns are she, her, and tonight I will be your disaster tour guide. Let's go ahead and introduce our players. We'll start with Abalasha.
Hi everyone, I'm Abhilasha Percival, pronouns he, she. I'm playing Anjum Argent Khan, resident, nice person, just a nice gal, just a nice gal with who just is very happy to be here and is friendly and open and always willing to answer questions.
Amazing. Liz.
Hey, I'm Liz. I will be playing Claudio Juarez, he, him for Claudio, she, her for me. Claudio is the resident dwarf dad. Yeah, we'll get into it.
Nico.
Hi, I'm Nico, pronouns they, them. I will be playing Leihoku, the resident house mom, I guess, since everyone keeps crashing at my place. And I'm your local anxious witch.
Fantastic. Jaden.
Hello, friends. I am Soliloquy or Jaden. I use they, them pronouns. You can find me most places online as FatSapphicBro. I'll be playing your favorite himbo stoner, Damian Alma, they, he pronouns, who is a ghost bud tender who doesn't do much and just wants to find his body. Welcome back to our space here at Lantern Light Adventures. This is home to all of our TTRPG and related content on Twitch. All of our games are also uploaded to our Lantern Light Adventures YouTube channel. There's a link to our link tree in the chat. You can click on that. It'll take you to all of our various social media pages so that you can follow us everywhere we are. If you want to keep up to date on everything we're doing, feel free to also join our Discord, which is also linked in the chat. Thanks for joining us for It Waits for No One, a modern fantasy tale. This is our Cypher System actual play. We built the world collaboratively using I'm Sorry, Did You Say Street Magic? That world building session has been uploaded as a Patreon exclusive and can be unlocked at any paid tier, and our paid tiers start at $1, so check that out if you're interested. As for where you can find us the rest of the week, most Tuesdays from 6 to 9 p.m. PST, we stream An Empty Dream, our Girl by Moonlight actual play. Most Sundays from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. PST, we stream Era of the Dragons, our D&D 5e actual play set in Mal's homebrew world. We also record an audio cast after show for some of our games where we go over any necessary advancement steps, debrief from the games, and go over our stars and wishes for the session. You can listen to these for free on our Patreon at patreon.com/lanternlightadventures. All of these after shows will always be free, but we appreciate any contributions and support as it helps us continue to bring you awesome queer content. We do not have an after show for this show anymore, but we will still be sharing our stars and wishes on the Patreon, so make sure to follow us there if you want a little bit of extra content. Just as a reminder, each month we take the last 7 days of the month off so we can edit and prepare more content for y'all, as well as have a bit of a break to handle our day-to-day responsibilities. And finally, in support of a free Palestine, we will be sharing the GoFundMes for various families. The first family we are trying to help is the Masood family. Dahlia, her husband Rami, and their 4 children are in great need. Dahlia and Rami worked as pharmacists but have since lost their home and pharmacy. Their goal is currently set at 50,000 euros, and they have raised 39,574 euros. As of this afternoon, any help and support you can offer would be amazing. Their GoFundMe is linked in the chat and is also in our link tree. Thanks so much, friends.
Thank you so much for those announcements. So last we left off, you are on the trail of getting all the various things you needed to defeat what is to come. You got some information about from a member of House Scatterwind, also on Jim's ex, and she told you about a secret contact within the Royal Department of Prophecy. You also know that House Scatterwind is, at least the leadership of House Scatterwind, and possibly someone in the ear of the suzerain of that house, is trying to stop you for some reason. You have not determined that yet. But you went to get the last one of the items you need, a glass statue, a very vague description, but through some investigating, you found that there was a ghost glassmaker that that Auntie Midge knew, and sent you that direction. Damian worked with this this glass blower, who goes by Mr. Glass. He seems to have been dead a long time, as he is also a ghost, a ghostly hobgoblin guy. And he taught you how to make this item, and you imbued it with whatever magic was within you, and you came out with a, a decent, but still like a beginner's first creation of your ideal bong. And that is when you heard from on high the sounds of the second angel arriving, and a massive orange muscle-bound giant came down and was threatening to harm the city, and told you to come fight him and to send a champion. Damian, using his newfound magical item, took one big hit, became massive, and somehow magically calmed this giant down. This giant thanked Damian, and said, all right, well, I have to bring this fortress, the Fortress of Delight, into the sky, and left the scene. And that is where we are. I think, Damian, you can let go of the magic within you if you want, but currently you are still massive and in bunny slippers and boxers for all to see.
Right. Wait, and what happened to that second angel thing?
He walked off and went directly to the Fortress of Delight to
Okay, perfect.
float and join the first angel who is there.
Fantastic. Okay. Yeah. I'd like to be normal size again.
You imagine exhaling all of this, and you let go of this magic, and you become small again. The bong, as shoddily as it was made to begin with, now that you've used it and it has infused itself with magic, it seems the edges and lines of it are now straightened. It sparkles a little bit, like there's some inclusions in the glass. It seems much nicer now, as if it has been changed by its use.
Just needed to be christened. I got it.
Yeah. But as you come down in size, you are swarmed by cameras and press and people putting microphones in your face, saying, how did you defeat it? Where did you get this item? Like, there's a whole bunch of people asking you questions like, what's your name? Who are you?
No comment, and I run away.
Let's go ahead and get a speed roll from you. See if
great.
you can get away.
If I don't know if I'm close by or something, but if I see reporters rushing Damian, I am going to come out and intervene and sort of just the very loud whistle. I'm going to be like, okay, leave the ghost alone, leave the boy alone. I am going to start pushing through to get Damian and make a run for it.
Fantastic. I will say that that's going to help Damian get away. So that will ease the difficulty of this.
All right. I am trained in speed defense and stealth, if that's helpful.
Oh, stealth is good. Yeah, that'll make it easier for you.
14.
14. 14's pretty good. Let me get my sheets. I forgot to pull my cheat sheets. All right. With a 14, see here it is. All right. 14, you have met and then we are saying that it's eased. So yeah, you easily make your way through as you, I would say that the DC on that was just a 10. So, and you went well above that with the help of Anjum and your stealthiness. So you managed to avoid all these. You you duck into an alleyway. You realize that you actually have phased through like a half wall by accident, trying to get away, not even thinking about it. But it seems like
Oops.
everything on you, like all the physical objects seem to phase with you, at least.
Sweet. Good to know. Good to know.
Oh, your clothes are okay. Well, honestly, that's not a bad wall. Those are not bad colors for a wall. Remind me of this. Remind me of this when we're done. I need to call my interior designer, get some swatches in and stuff because I like this color. Anyway,
Top on
are
my
you?
list.
Of course, darling. Okay. Let me just check if they're not for. Let me just check. Do I see any reporters or anyone coming in our area?
You see that they are a few of them are trying to run around and find out what happens. Most of them are trying to actually report on what is happening. So they have like kind of fallen back to do their like to get their tape for the evening news. And but there are a few that are scattered throughout, but you have managed to when Damian ran away, they just ignored you. So like you distracted them long enough for Damian to slip away, but yeah, you managed to circle back, meet up back up with Damian, but there's only a few like scattered throughout. They're definitely looking for Damian, but they're not going to look too hard.
Can you phase through the walls and get back to Leihoku's house?
I can certainly try.
Good chance to hone those ghosty goo skills.
Yeah. Let's practice my ghost skills.
Ghosty goo skills.
Ghosty ghost skills.
Yeah, I'll say as like part of this, like part of that really good stealth roll. Yeah, you're able to like phase in. You don't know how often you'll be able to do it. Like it's, you know, you're still new at being a ghost. You've only been a ghost for like a day and a half.
It's true.
Yeah. You phase in through a back wall and you're in the lower lobby of the Oasis.
Fantastic. Okay. Ahuna,
Anjum
Leihoku.
is just like she sees him like go through phase through out through the wall, does like a thumbs up just in the air, and then just kind of like does the leisurely walk, through the reporters and everyone because she knows they're not looking at her or care. So she's just going to walk casually through the whole thing, just trying to. I think what she's going to be doing is she's going to be taking a little bit of a little more leisurely walk because she wants to try and get as close as possible without being like she wants to get a view on where this fucking angel is going towards the Fortress of Delight. Like where exactly is where is this person?
Okay. Yeah, that's easy enough for you to do. Well, actually, go ahead and give me. You're trying to be like kind of casual about it, not bring attention to you. Let's go ahead and get an intellect roll.
Okay. Intellect.
Yeah. Difficulty target number is 6. So
okay, let's roll for it. Oh, Christ. Well, that sucks. I got a 2.
a 2. Okay.
That's not good. That's not good.
It's not good, but at least it's not we're not playing a horror game, so it's not a GM intrusion at least. But yeah. You definitely see that like you realize that you have like walked past probably all the media cameras on your way as you're like, oh well, now you have to commit. So you've definitely, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I start really leaning into the drama when I realize, oh shit, I'm going through the cameras. And I start like almost like trying to be like, the rich person who's like gasping, like, oh my God, like clutching the pearls, leaning full into not into like idiot rich person who just wants their 15 minutes on fame and wants the entire city to know about how terrible this is specifically for her, a rich person. She's really playing that up to the nines. While she's
Yeah.
also like she like goes from like she speaks to whoever will speak to her, will want an interview with her or whatever. I'm sure they won't, all of them won't. So like if she can get through them to get to where she can get to the Fortress of Delight, and
Mhm.
then kind of just just look and see, okay, what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah, you can get past them. They don't seem like too keen on like interviewing person on the street at this point because this is still like breaking news moment. So at least you've avoided that aspect of no one stopping you to put a microphone in your face. But yeah, you managed to walk by. The Fortress of Delight is within view of this square where the angels keep dropping in. So you turn the corner and you see the Fort of Delight, and you see that this swole orange angel has started to float and hum similar to the way the other one has. So they are both standing there as if like doing some sort of ritual on the Fort of Delight.
Okay, so they're hovering above the fort,
Yes.
and like okay, they're both hovering, and they're all okay. So the muscle dude, he did speak to us.
Yes.
So that means at least that he is possibly not a complete illusion. He's a living, breathing fucking person, or some kind of creature. But this dude is not just like standing there like a fucking statue. So that means this motherfucker can hear me. So I'm just going to like, just going to be like, hi, how's it going? And he, it's why are you trying to like doing it from up there? You could just like do this on the ground. I'm like, I don't think geometrically the space would be the same.
Yeah, let's go ahead and we'll get an intellect roll from you. If you
Please.
have persuasion or anything like that, the difficulty is going to be very high on it though. The difficulty is heroic to break the concentration on this thing doing a ritual it has traveled so far to do. Which means your target number is 24.
Oh Jesus.
But
Okay,
if you have skills that can ease the difficulty, it'll bring down the target number.
I have persuading.
Okay. So that'll bring it down to a 21.
Okay. How am I going to get a 21 but I'm rolling a d20? I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're going to have to. So it's basically if you don't have anything, like you're talking at this thing and you realize like you're going to have some bigger way to get its attention. Not just your natural charisma is going to be enough for this.
Okay. So, So I'm just kind of like, I can't necessarily get its, so I realize that I can't get its attention. So what I just kind of want to, what I'm checking for is a reaction. If this dude can hear me, I'm just looking for a reaction. Because if he can speak to Damian, that means this person is not an illusion. I'm just kind of trying to assess this situation. Like we have an illusion, we have a real creature. So I'm just trying to assess right now. I'm just trying to assess what's happening.
Yeah, you do not get a reaction. It's as if it has like locked into whatever magical resonance it is trying to enhance. And give me another intellect roll if you're proficient in magic or using magic or understanding magic, things like that.
I do have magic lore and the underworld.
That will help. So I'll say this is just a difficult roll, so this will be 12.
Okay.
And you ease so you ease the difficulty with that, so it'll become 9 for demanding.
Okay, okay, let me see. Uh, hmm, hmm. I got a 12.
12. That succeeds. So yeah, you realize that not only are they like performing a ritual, they might be components in whatever magic they are trying to bring forth. So these two gigantic beings, their physical force is locked into this magical resonance now. You don't get a reaction or see a reaction, and you think they're not there right now. Their
Okay,
consciousness has taken a back seat to this ritual.
okay. All right. So my first priority is going to be going into the Fortress of Delight and pulling whatever alarms I can. I'm going to try and essentially get the people out of the Fortress of Delight out of there. Like they have to be now out on the streets because it is fucking go time. So that means I'm going to pull whatever alarms, any emergencies. First I'm going to put in, and I am going to, once I do that, okay, how far is that prophecy office?
It's not far. I mean, you would have to go like into the palace complex. I mean, if you were walking casually, it'd probably be 20 minutes, but if you ran, you could probably get it in 10 to 15.
Okay. So when I start pulling the alarms and I activate all the evacuation protocols that all the residents are told, and clearly people can see. So I'm like, I don't know if people are frozen or what, but I'm just trying to get people out onto the streets and away from possibly getting that episode where Martha Jones was introduced in Doctor Who. If real people know that reference, like it's just the hospital just going up to the moon or
Yeah.
something. So I'm just trying to get people out of there, and in that chaos I want to slip into the palace, and I want to slip into the into the office of prophecies.
Okay. Yes, you are going around the Fortress of Delight pulling alarms, which animates the various gargoyles around, and they just begin screeching and flapping and flying around as an indication to like evacuate this place.
Also, I just have to say this. Anjum does take a second to cackle and go and say, just I had to. Wicked is out. I had to.
Fantastic. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, you cackle and say fly, and yeah, these things are swarming around you, screeching. And yeah, the caretaker, he is gathering like things, and he is slowly trying to get his way out of here. He says, oh no, oh no, oh no. He's trying to gather anything he can.
I'm just going to like I'm just going to like kind of give him a slight push when he's struggling. I'm just going to give him a slight push enough that he has to start running with the crowd. He has to start running with the crowd, or he's going to get crushed. So I'm just going to I'm pushing him towards the crowd.
Absolutely. Yeah, you managed to get everyone out of here. And you said you wanted to slip that way. Go ahead and let's get a speed roll. I just want to see how this goes. So
okay. Speed, please be good. Good God. I got a 13.
A 13. Yeah, you easily can you slip ahead of the crowd that's trying to leave even, and make your way across the square. This time you manage to avoid anyone who might be looking too closely at what you're doing. But we'll come back to you as you make your way to the prophecy office. What are the rest of you doing?
Oh yeah. Also, as I'm doing this, I do text the group saying, I am going to I'm going to text Claudio specifically and say I'm going to go into the office and I'm going to see if I can catch this person red-handed or try and find this person. If anything happens, come find me.
All right. Yeah. Damian, you have phased through the wall into the lobby. There
Yeah.
is the hum of a vending machine you have never seen before.
That's weird. Where is it?
It seems like it's just plugged into the wall on the side there. You've never seen it before.
Okay. I'm just gonna walk
Yeah.
past it.
It's advertising some you think it's like some off-brand soda or something like that. You've never heard of the brand. It just is written across it fresh in front.
Is this a ghost vending machine? Do we have our own vending machines now? Or not now? I mean, I wouldn't know. Something tells me I should not touch that.
You can give me a quick intellect check if you have like investigation
Because
or
I'm so smart.
magic or anything like that.
Nope. Nothing like that.
All right. The difficulty is going to be your target number is 12.
14.
14. It's 100% magical. You look around it, there's no electrical outlets behind it. There's no cables or cords or anything. But it's
Cool.
definitely physical. It's not a ghost.
Okay, I'm going to take a picture and I'm going to send it to the group chat. Does it photograph fine?
Yeah, photographs just fine.
Sweet. Hey guys, weird vending machine down here. ... It's not even plugged in. ... Magic ? Ghost vending machine ? Should I touch it ?
I'm gonna text back. Don't touch it until we can check out what it is. You don't have a body? What if you get stuck in there?
Do you
At
wanna-
the exact same time, there's Claudio. Touch it, see what happens. Touch it.
Don't touch it. Don't touch
Okay.
it.
Do you want to come down here?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try really hard to wait until they get here. I'm just gonna sit there kind of rocking back and forth.
Give me an intellect roll. As a sign of your willpower, the difficulty will be 6.
7.
Oh, good.
Ooh.
You managed to hold on to it.
7
yeah.
feels so right.
Yeah, you managed
Perfect.
to wait on your friends.
Perfect.
Yeah, you like if y'all want to come down in that
Yeah.
moment. Yeah. This is all happening while Anjum was like at the fortress, like sounding alarms.
Okay, cool. So
Look,
yeah, I don't.
weird vending machine.
No.
No.
Smack his hand.
Okay. Let's make this a post speed rolls.
Woo.
Ooh.
What happened to all that caution?
Look, I've been good for 36 hours. I've got to do something silly. What is speed?
It's one of your stats. So it's just these
yes,
are just
yes, it
D20s.
is. It's
So
right there.
yeah. Yeah, it's just
Cheese and rice.
yeah, I'm calling it speed, but yeah, it's just a D20 roll. So this is rollies.
What'd you get?
See what you got? I got a 9.
I'm holding the baby. Bebo is drooling on me right now, so I got distracted.
Yeah, Leihoku, yeah, you managed to just smack Claudio's hand away.
At least let me see what it does first before you go touching it.
All right.
I have magic training. What is up with this vending machine?
Okay.
I called in reinforcements.
Give me an intellect roll. Your target number is 15, but I think you have magic, so that will ease the rolls down to 12.
Oh, I got a 10.
A 10? Okay.
I have identify objects or detail or lore.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're like assisting, like and like trying to look at this, yeah,
Yeah.
that will ease the roll even further down to a difficulty of 9. So you
Woo.
succeed.
Teamwork.
Yeah, so you are looking at this and you can't tell what the contents are inside, but you're looking at it and it's absolutely 100% magical. It is non-illusory, but it 100% teleported itself into here. You don't know how or why.
It's a mimic.
Oh.
It's a vending machine. What else are we gonna do?
I'm gonna touch it.
You hit a button and they're all just labeled in this like white and blue like imagery, fresh, like they're all the same label, and you press it and a can comes out. It is fresh orange soda. It's a bright orange
Ooh.
can.
Sweet.
Pop it open.
It
Take a
is
baby.
refreshing and delicious. If you have any stat damage, it would heal you.
Sweet.
1 intellect point back.
Excellent. Yeah. Yeah, this will be basically like a normal heal, 1d6. Yeah. But if you only have 1, that's good then.
Ew, can I take one for later?
You wanna
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it is there is fresh cola, there's fresh root beer, there's like every soda flavor you can imagine. Every button you hit is
Ew.
different. Like
Dr. Fresh.
Dr. Fresh.
Dr. Fresh, hell yeah. Sweet.
There are flavors that like there's fruit names on there you've never even heard of. Like
Hmm.
I give a tiny sip to Bebo.
it dribbles down Bebo's face. But Bebo seems to like it. Like does grabby hands at it.
Sugar, I understand.
Fresh sodas, nice.
What?
How many am I allowed to take with me?
I would say that I'll give you 8. There's 8 different ones.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Sweet.
Quick clarifying question. Did Anjum text the group or did she text Claudio?
Okay, I think she would have texted Claudio specifically, but like she would have texted the group like, hey, I'm checking something out. Don't worry, but I'm going to say I'd have sent something general to the group, but to Claudio, I'd have told him specifically where I am, because I am trying to establish trust with Claudio specifically, because look, Anjum does not enjoy deceiving friends. She's fine like hedging the truth, but not outright lying. And with Claudio, she knows that Claudio has had a lot of issues trusting her, even when she is telling the truth about just like kind of wanting to, like wanting to give Claudio a break and stuff, and just kind of being just like hiring him to be like her friend, kind of essentially. So like with Claudio, she's letting him know, I need to know if you are going to have my back. Come, please, please come and save me if anything goes wrong. Like you are my backup.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure. So I imagine time goes by. We're headed back up to the apartment. Claudio gets this text and goes, guys, all right. So, and I show the others the text. I'm like, you think she went to the car where her club people group work out of, or like the prophecy office? And how am I gonna know if something goes wrong? It's not like she got life alert. Like, if she drops, it's not gonna notify. Do we gotta go break into the palace?
I don't think we have to break in if we've got, where is it? Dig out the scroll.
Oh yeah. We
Permission.
do have the golden ticket, as it were.
Yeah, you have identification as agents working for the Department of Prophecy.
Okay, so we don't have to break in, which is good. That still does not negate the we don't know if something has gone wrong. It's not like she's live streaming.
No,
would've
Anjum is
been
not
helpful.
live streaming. Okay.
No,
I am
you-
happy to say
you've
not
already
live
made this
streaming.
decision.
You're
I
already
haven't
gone.
actually-
You're not here.
I am not here. I'm just
You
wondering.
already left us.
Now you left the sillies to make choices.
Yeah, this
I
is a bad move.
I am honestly wondering if at any point I'd have slipped a silver coin in any of Claudio's belongings at any point. I'm wondering if Anjum would have done that initially. But it would still not solve the issue because Claudio would have to fucking find the damn silver coin. So, either way, yeah, there's going to be like some emergency call situation happening with the phone. Like,
Right.
help.
100%. I mean, if you want to spend an XP to say that you did that, I'm good with it.
You know what? No, this is funnier.
Yeah.
You think we can just ask her like a clarifying question on where she went, or you think she's just not going to text back anymore?
No,
Where
she's-
the hell are you? And what was the plan?
Also, we have a safe word. Not like that. We have hey, there's an emergency, come help me word, and that word is porcupine.
Did we decide
Yeah.
it was porcupine?
I did.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
She was gonna
Oh.
go have like a weird meeting with her mom or something, and I told her if anything goes wrong to shout porcupine and I would come help. And vice
All right,
versa.
Why
I was
don't
helping with
we
gypsies.
start making our way that way? 'Cause
I will drop in a location pin of I'm going to the palace and the office. I will have dropped that location pin.
all right, yeah, let's start making our way that way. Just
All right.
Bebo doesn't like being near the angel.
oh, that's
yeah,
right.
That's right.
Well,
Shit.
you won't be directly near the angel. The angel's a little further down at the fortress right now. So
Also, has anything changed since we've put Bebo into the potted backpack?
The dirt caboose.
no.
Okay,
Bebo's
Okay.
dirty now.
dirty, sticky. This child is having the best day.
Yeah.
That is a sign of a kid having a good time right there.
Mhm.
Really?
Covered in dirt and soda. Full of pancakes.
100%. Yeah, Bebo's having a great time. But yeah,
Sweet.
you can easily make your way over to the fortress. Go ahead and give me speed rolls to avoid the massive amount of press outside.
All of us?
Yeah.
Is this like a
Yeah, they're
suddenly
looking for
there's
me
a
now.
1,000 more?
There is so many camera. Like there's like now you've got like your citizen press like out there with like their like their selfie sticks like recording.
All right, 100%. Bebo, you're getting in the backpack.
I have stealth and speed defense and rolled a 14.
14. Excellent.
I'm trained in running.
Amazing. Yes.
I still only rolled a 3 though, so I'm 100% tripping and eating dirt.
Okay.
I got a 16.
A 16. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Damian and Leihoku somehow managed to avoid them just fine. But Claudio, you like I think they jet off like trying to get through, and you're like trying to put Bebo in the thing. It's like Bebo's like, no, I don't want to be. And so you're like fighting, and so you lose a little pace, and you manage to uh no one knows actually who Claudio is, so they're not really concerned with you, but you definitely like lose pace and you lose track of your friends. You're going to arrive a little later.
That's fine.
Yeah. Anjum.
Twist my damn ankle.
Yeah. Anjum, you arrive at the Department of Prophecy first. You open the doors to this basement office, and it is a cacophony of noise as people are trying to like you hear like what do those cards say, like these bones don't look good, and you just hear shouting across the room at each other.
Okay. So the last time we were in the prophecy office, I had dropped coins in one of the workers there, like just to spy on her.
Yes, that's
And
right, you did do that. Yes, one of the lower workers, her name's Julia, she was the one helping you out. You dropped a coin on her, and yeah, like you have a good bead on her. She's at her desk. She's trying, she is people are handing her like folders with paper. She's opening them, looking at them, and then like moving them aside and like handing them off to other people. She's furiously trying to do her job.
okay. Okay, so I've reached the office. Now I'm trying to sort of judge on how I can kind of maybe get a gleam or some kind of like hint as to who that suspicious person is. So I want to
Okay.
do some investigation on that. So like if I can catch them and like, get to the bottom of all of this nonsense and possibly like, blackmail them enough. I don't know. Like Anjum is still thinking, but like she wants to get this person so that she can present this person to her ex.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an intellect roll. Do you have any skills or abilities that will help you with this?
I have investigation.
Okay, that will ease this roll. I'm gonna say starts at a difficult difficulty. So that's a target number of 12, but that will ease it down to 9. And you have an asset. You have that coin that's been here, and we established that's kind of how you keep tabs on things. So that will lower it further. Your target number is 6.
Oh Lord, okay. Let's see. Let's how this goes. Holy shit, that's a 20.
Take an XP.
Oh,
You gain an XP. Okay. You take in all the information of this place, and you can't possibly keep tabs on all of the coins you've dropped all at once, but you're trying to get the information from this one and what this coin has seen. And you realize that as you see like a small wisp of shadow fall off of Julia is the one who is the insider here. But I'm going to do a GM intrusion. So you gain another XP, and you get to give an XP to one of your other fellows players. As Julia turns around and spots you, her eyes turning black for just a moment, and you are frozen in place as the shadows eke across the floor at you and wrap you around the ankles. And that is when Damian and Leihoku arrive.
Do we see this happen?
I think you see this happen to Anjum. And you see Julia looking at Anjum, and she leaves all the things on her desk and starts approaching this direction.
Oh, what the fuck do we do?
What's considered short range?
It almost everything in this room would probably be short range.
Cool. I'm gonna spend an intellect point to use my one combat skill.
Okay.
Onslaught, I think it's called. Oh god, that's not what I wanted. It should be 2 points because I think it's.
Oh yeah,
no,
go.
words.
I think. Let me remember how combat works. Yeah. So, this is a ranged attack. So this is a speed task. Give me a speed roll to see if you hit with it. Oh wait, no, this is an ability. This is just an ability. You spend the points, it happens. So yeah, it is. What's it look like as you do this onslaught?
This is a new skill for Hoku, so she panics, she goes and probably forms what looks like a fishing pole, but it's just a very sharp stick out of magical energy and hucks it at the whatever is advancing on Anjum.
Okay. Yeah. It lances out and it hits Julia, and she the form kind of dissipates, and it looks like she is a being partly made of shadow or smoke. Maybe it's hard to tell as the whatever glamour she's wearing forms back around her. It was a hefty hit with 4 damage. So but it does loosen the grip. It does break her concentration on whatever she was doing to Anjum. And she says, "Don't hurt me. I'm not here to hurt you."
And what are you doing to her?
I needed her just to stay where she was for just a moment so I could get you out of here to talk to you. I wasn't close enough to yell that across the place.
And the smokiness is just a fashion choice?
I can explain if we go outside for just in the hall for just a moment. I'm not going to hurt you. I promise.
I don't know how to check if she's lying or not.
I know, right? Insight check.
Yeah, this is this will be an intellect roll. If you have an ability like insight or telling when someone's lying, which Claudio has, I think. So
yeah. How long until Claudio gets to us?
Claudio's just got the popcorn. He's still like a block and a half away.
God damn it, Claudio.
Stopped at one of the carts under the verdigris.
At least he has the baby, so the baby's not in danger.
That's true. So true.
Intellect, you said?
Yeah, intellect.
So it's just going to be a flat roll then. I don't have anything.
Yeah.
That's only a 6. That's, fitting.
6 is plenty.
Got it.
Cool.
8.
8 is good.
I got a 17.
Yeah.
I got a 17.
She's not lying. She's not lying to you at all.
Okay. Because I noticed that okay, first I was straight up about to unleash I have so much silver in this entire room. I was straight up planning to use Dazzling Burst and like blind the hell out of her and grab her. But she's saying that, so I am not going to do that. But I am going, but I am going to like, I will nod, and the silver coins I do around that are in her belonging, I'm going to melt that into like a sort of handcuff of sorts. I'm going to cast, like, not like, it's not a spell per se, but just like I can reshape this. I'm going to reshape the coin into like liquid silver, like handcuff that I can put around her wrist. And I'm going to drag her outside.
Okay. I would say that's give me an intellect roll. I'll ease the difficulty because you are using magic, but it's still going to be difficult. So
I got an 8.
you managed to, like, it's not very strong. The coin doesn't have quite enough metal material in it. You can definitely like form it into some type of like bracelet to grab her by, but it's not going to hold if like worse comes to worse. It's just, you're just being intimidating at this point.
Yeah, I'm just going to be like, you could have just I'm like, you could have just asked. You could have just asked. You could have gestured. There were about 100 different ways than trying to trap me.
Wasn't going to trap you long. And you step outside, and I think, Claudio, this is when you come up, like you see like Anjum has Julia by this bracelet and has been pulled out into the hall, and your friends are here.
Some people need to learn about consent.
I
Hey,
didn't
Claudio.
I just didn't want the lady to see you. That's all.
Lady.
The lady Andrea River, whatever her name is. Riverstead, yeah.
Would you like, hey Claudio, meet our undercover snitch.
Hi. And she says,
best reaction.
she says, look, she'll drop this human glamour that she's wearing, and it just kind of smoke billows from this like form she has. All you can kind of see, like, there's definitely like a physical form under all the smoke, but she has like light gray eyes, and a similar size. Like the size doesn't change at all, but she's billowing smoke all over the floor. She says, most people are weirded out by a smoke elemental thing. Some people consider it rude to be smoke in a place.
I'm a ghost.
I know we've met.
I gesture at the silver that has now more or less gotten back into my body, because it's no longer around a corporeal body, so now it's just come back to me. Like, I just like,
yeah. It forms itself back to you. She says, well, and I assume you're here because you've figured out a few things that are going on, right?
pretty much.
I don't know.
Or at least I've definitely figured out that you are somebody relevant. You are somebody I've been warned about.
Yeah. Look, I don't work directly for the Scatterwinds. Well, I do and I don't. The Scatterwinds have been trying to get a foothold into the office, so I've been leaking information to them as a way to try to track them down. It's a whole double agent thing.
So
Look,
who are you working
Well-
for exactly? Are you working for her or are you working for the, the old man?
I'm working for the suzerain. I'm also working for Lady Andrea. I work for the crown. And also another thing. Another more important thing.
Are you
Which
going to share with the
Which
class?
is elaborate.
It seems like after every sentence, she like stops to just make sure you're not going to hurt her. But so she continues, she says, you need to stomp the angels, and interfering with prophecy can sometimes undo a prophecy. So we have to tread carefully. We are in unsteady waters, even right now. I'm only telling you this because you've already followed your own free will to get here.
Okay, fine. Stopping the angels. We are already planning to do that. That's already going to be a thing. What I
Got
don't
one
understand.
handled.
What I
Yep.
don't understand is everything else that you are working for, whoever your 19th boss is. That is who I'm interested in. Somebody who wants the prophecy to continue, somebody who obviously clearly all your most of the parties that you are invested in want the angels defeated, including the mysterious other boss that you have that you're not mentioning, which we are going to get back to. So you want the angels gone,
Yes.
but to what end? For your other boss, for the one you haven't mentioned.
Like I said, we are in unsteady waters right now. And saying too much can unravel most of the prophecy so far. So, but I am authorized to give you this. And she kind of looks around for a moment just to make sure like she's still safe. She does a gesture with her hands, a puff of smoke happens, and floating in above her hand is a VHS tape.
I haven't seen
Cool.
these since I was a child.
I know. Look, when you work for an ancient organization, sometimes modernization looks different. Okay, this is really modern.
That actually is understandable. It was deeply difficult to even try and persuade the fortress to get in Wi-Fi in the first place, and even then we got like the shittiest, most it was like the lowest tier of premium. It was very annoying. Even getting to that. Anyway, that's not the point.
Yeah, when I first got here, we didn't have email. They're like the sentient pigeons are just fine. You know, like things move along in spurts.
At least with emails, I will say one credit to the sentient pigeons. At least the pigeons were good. There is not a chance of accidentally CCing or BCCing one of your other bosses on a email meant for the other bosses. At least you won't get confused between your bosses and whose email ID is supposed to be who on with pigeons.
Poke is gonna take the tape.
Okay, do we have a VHS player anywhere close by? Or do we take this back to Leihoku's place?
Why do you think I would have a VHS player?
I feel
I
like
don't
Damian
know.
definitely has a VHS player.
Go to somebody else's apartment.
Who
Yes.
has one? Whoever has one, take the damn thing, and we'll meet you back at whoever's place who has one. I don't have one. I'm no longer living in the 90s. I am a 90s child, but I'm not that 90s about it.
Yeah, I can take it. No problem.
You take it. She says, also, here's my number. And she will do the same thing, summon a pen and pad and write down her number. Like, if you have any questions, please watch the tape first. I really can't say more. I'm sorry.
No problem.
Prophecies are fragile. You're doing great. You're
Do you happen
doing
to know
really
where
good.
my body is?
Oh, watch the tape.
Oh, that's not a no. Okay.
I know where to find you.
Yeah, I would prefer if Lady Andrea wasn't dragged into it. It would ripple things too much. She looks around too much.
I like to try and keep collateral damage to a minimum. If anything comes, I will find you, and you only. Andrea is my problem. I'll handle it. And this time I specifically take out, I take out a coin. I create a coin in my hand, and I specifically press it onto her skin, and I press it hard so that it kind of becomes part of her, because now I know she's smoke, so I want to now I press it into her hand so that at least the impression or some tinge of silver kind of becomes part of her, rather than just leave it on her, leave it on in her belongings or something. This time I want to make sure that I can sense her wherever she goes. It's a much more intimate connection, because I want to keep an eye on her much more closely.
Okay. Yeah, she kind of lets you do it. You definitely get the sense that it's now part of her. You don't know, what her capabilities are, but she lets you do it. She says, look, I'm available to you. Don't worry too much. I'm sorry I have to be cagey.
Fair enough. See you later.
Bye.
Claudio?
She brings the glamour back up, and the glamour she uses contains her smoke as well.
So, okay, everyone is out of the fortress. I'm just going to turn to the rest of the group and say, okay, so I managed to evacuate the entire fortress. They're all out they're all out onto the road. I switched on all the evacuation protocols, so they shouldn't be back into the fortress until the angels are gone. Once we watch the VHS tape, should we just go and find that place and just, make the sword thingy?
Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe let's go watch this and then decide what to do from there.
Yeah. Why do you have a VHS? Why do
Why
you have a VHS
don't
thingy?
you?
Because I have a hard drive, and in a hard drive, it's significantly easier to store files in there.
Well, you don't have any old shows that you have, or funny commercials. I don't know. It's kind of nice sometimes to look back at things that we had before. I don't know. I just kind of vibe with it. Also, I have some home movies that are on VHS, so
I haven't fully gotten rid of my mother's cassettes yet.
and you can find really random videos at thrift stores.
It is very difficult trying to find old old songs, like old albums. It's very difficult. I'll tell you
Yeah.
about it. Let's just get back.
Yeah,
Let's just
let's go.
get this over with.
Okay.
I'm going to fall back with Claudio as we walk.
All right. Yeah, you begin to walk over to the Oasis to go to Damian's apartment.
Is it still like a mob scene outside?
It seems that most of the press, like now that the angel is not here, some of the press have moved down to the fortress, especially since there's a bit of commotion. Like you can see like the gargoyles are still circling, like sounding an alarm.
Fantastic. Wearing a hoodie. Wearing a hoodie.
Oh, you have a hoodie on now.
Yep. Trying.
Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick, just step back like 7 seconds in time while they're arguing about the VHS tape and before the triple agent goes back in. Claudio's gonna kind of just lean back against the door and like still eyes mostly forward, just kind of look over. She might need magic to find you. I don't. And go back to just kind of the conversation everybody else was having.
Okay. Give me a quick intellect roll. I just want to know how this sits.
He's a freaking dice that hasn't betrayed me. Hold on.
I think you are trained in
I am trained in intimidation. That's the wrong mouse. And
I mean, we really just never know when you'll need a VHS, you know?
I thought I had something else. Intimidation. I do have an inability in positive social interaction, so I don't know if that helps or hurts at all in this moment. There we go. 14.
14. Okay. Yeah. She says, "Oh, I'm very aware of your capabilities, sir." And you can see like she's like kind of bowing and making herself small and to be like, "Yeah, I get it. Like you're good. Sorry."
That's
But
it.
yeah.
That just wanted to add that on the end while nobody's paying attention, while nobody's looking. Like, no need to draw attention to it.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. You rejoin the group. The crowd has kind of dispersed now. There's still a few cameras out there, but they're pretty easy to avoid. You've definitely got a better sense of what's going on now. And you make your way to Damian's apartment. Your roommate is at home. She says, "Oh, you're back. Good, good. It sounds like and then sees like you have people. Oh, we have guests. Do
They're
y'all
fine.
need? They're fine. Do we
Yeah.
need food or anything?
Do y'all need food or anything?
Sorry
I'm not
to
really
intrude.
hungry.
Full of pancakes.
Same.
We have to watch a
Pancakes were very
VHS.
nice.
Okay. Yeah.
Still haven't found my body. I'm gonna go set up the VHS player.
Right on. All right, I'll leave y'all to it. And like she'll just like kind of go back to her room. Janice is in there, says, "Oh, you're back. Yes, good. I'm starving.
You are not starving.
I
you
haven't
liar.
eaten in so long."
I look over to the bowl. Is there food in the bowl?
The middle's empty.
There's food in the bowl. I go and shake the bowl around. Uh-huh.
Looks at it. It's like, I don't know. It's a
better
little,
nothing, buddy.
It's a little stale. It's a little stale. I promise. I'm not being dramatic.
I'll get you
I
more
like
soon.
him. I like him. He knows what he wants. I like him. And I reached down to go coochie coochie, like just like little like petting him under the chin, just like coochie 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 coochie.
Loud purrs.
Aren't you a demanding?
Yeah, I think my cat started as a she, by the way, but I think Mal.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's
Oh,
okay.
okay.
I think
said
Mal
she.
also messed it up at one point, but it's okay.
Did I?
Yeah, like really early on. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
But she, her. Yeah.
Yeah. She.
Oh.
She cat.
Okay.
Although, I don't know.
I
Maybe
don't
she
know if
doesn't care.
Jinx. I don't know if Jinx cares. Like,
Maybe Jinx doesn't care.
it's
Gen-
she/any. Like,
Gender monarch. So I'm just like purring and just like petting, like, aren't you a demanding little queen?
I
Such a
will give you more
good
food later. Get all your scritches in.
Yeah. But yeah. What's kind of
VHS time.
your do you have it like is it like actually set up as part of the TV and everything right now, or do you have
No, I
to
have
like
to go like pull it out of a closet and plug it in.
yeah.
But it takes a couple minutes, but it's not too bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you plug it in, you get it all set up, you put the VHS in. It
Red
like
to red, white to white. All right.
In the meantime, I'm going to like create a little silver thimble for the cat to play around with.
Oh yeah, Jinx, she's batting it around. Like that becomes the background noise for the rest of the session. It's just her batting it around, batting it under the couch at some point, and like trying to get it out. Yeah, this you put this VHS in, the static crackles. Light classical music plays. It is a scene of a library. There is an old elven gentleman in like a tweed suit. He's smoking a pipe. He says, "Welcome to what we politely call the Order. I'm sure you have many questions after your recent induction." He says, "We have long served the people of this world, protecting from forces well beyond our little space in this massive material plane." He says, "Long ago, before the ages of kings and before there were cities, there were warring kingdoms of wizards, necromancers that fought over these lands, scorching, destroying each other's knowledge. And that is when we began to gather the world's knowledge to protect it from such things. And then the giants came. They came down and ruled this world from what the ancients called their ships in the sky. It is unknown if this was simply flowery metaphor, or if this was in fact a ship in the sky. There was one giant who ruled in particular, known only to the people of the world as the Prince. He built a floating castle for his mortal servants and functionaries to work in and act as his liaison to the people who lived below. He ruled this place for centuries, an indeterminate amount of time. But here's what we do know. Eventually, 4 great heroes, a blacksmith, a wizard, a demon, and a fool, rose up against him, using the spirit of our world to fight him off, and he ran away into the stars, never to be seen again. The giants left a lasting impression on the landscape, allowing for the first kings to settle, and kingdoms began to rise and fall, and through the ages, we have kept this knowledge safe. The last remnant of these heroes lies in a monument built to them long before any cities or nations that we know of were built. Unfortunately, the Church of the Jubilant Corpse has taken over that little bit of history, much to our chagrin. But we do not interfere. But you can still see the monument to their heroism at the big statue park. Now, the first step to joining our order, and at this point he goes into some ramblings about like the paperwork you have to fill to become part of the order and various other things. It seems to be like a full like induction video. There's not much more history left in here. At some point it changes to a different person who tells you how to file complaints with their HR department. And
Fast forward, fast forward, fast forward, fast forward, fast forward, fast forward.
And then at the very end, this is, now that you have this knowledge, you are fully inducted into the order. It is your sacred duty, if the giants ever return, to help the heroes of our world defeat him once again. And the video ends.
I know this would be random, but we don't feel any like magic initiation vibes or anything. Okay, cool. Because I was absolutely like, we need to get this on the biggest screen we can and induct half the city against their will.
No, this is simply a like informational video.
Well, that was informative.
All right. So, I mean, we already knew Big Statue Park. We already knew that the church, maybe they'll help us. I don't know. We haven't asked. But from the sound of man on the video, they didn't sound necessarily like they were all that helpful.
I mean, considering the last team and this team does have two demons on it. I think the prophecy very much is not about the church at all. It's just does not would like to. I honestly
Oh no,
came up
the
with
prophecy isn't about the church. I agree. The church has the location where the last thingamajigger is.
No. I meant in the sense of, I think the prophecy is a petty motherfucker who hates the church, and that's why he's included every prophecy has somehow included demons both times.
No, it's more likely somebody's great many times great got a lucky hit in on the prince the last time, and it's been echoing all this time.
I should have asked her.
So,
but like, it won't even really be that many greats.
well, maybe not for you, for the rest of us.
Oh yeah, humans, yeah, of course. I mean,
human,
I am half human. Like
but I don't live that long. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, neither do I. Like what? My lifespan is like what? About
I think I'm
150,
the only
200
human.
years.
I'm a ghost.
150,
Okay,
200 years, something like
so Leihoku, what were you saying? You were gonna say something.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm a nature spirit. I'm not a human.
Is anybody here human?
Or ghost.
I'm a human, but I'm a
Okay.
ghost. So
Cool, good.
I'm
We got
a
one.
human ghost, I guess.
So are we asking this church if they will let us in and poke around at this ancient artifact? Or are we putting out on social media that we're throwing a massive party, overwhelming them with half the city and
Ooh.
going in and chipping away at the artifact while they're distracted by the everyone else?
That's kind of
Okay.
brilliant.
I did evacuate the entire fortress.
There's like
There are a
7
lot.
people rich enough to live in there.
It's not 7. There are a lot of other people who also live in there. Hello, do you think rich people do anything on their own? They have staff.
So it's like 7 people and servants.
What do you mean and servants? That people do. Claudio.
They're not people I'd want to sacrifice to the Jubilant corpse.
Sacrificing them. We're just throwing a massive party. So I'm saying that we have plenty of people currently out on the streets because they're either morbidly fascinated or are fucking terrified.
Oh yes,
So-
I'm displaced. Let's go to the party.
Yes, the church is doing the party. Think about this. For Claudio, I mean, for us, we don't give a shit. But for a lot of other people, this fucking church is still like a safe haven. And if we tell them that the church is opening up their gates and wants to, like, help out people with food, give people, a safe place to just kind of rest for a bit, of course they're all going to bum rush in there.
So, question. Does this church actually function as a church, or is it like, okay, cool.
Yes, it is fully a church. It is, let me see here. I have down here. Yes, so over in the Cherry Pits, there is one of the oldest, like, massive cemeteries in town is in this place, and the church is actually a subterranean church with a spire that, like, comes part way out of the ground. But it is a fully functioning church, mostly to the god of death, but mostly to celebrate death and undeath, which is undeath is not super uncommon here. So, as noted by your friend Damian.
Didn't the news reporters say there was some shit going down at Big Statue Park, though?
Yes, there were magical surges happening, and the Jubilant Corps has put more staff to keep people safe.
Which, like, I don't think we should be ushering mass amounts of people into a location where there are magical surges happening, just in case.
We could have them go into the church, and as the church starts filling up, the staff are going to be could be called back to the church to try and take care of the numbers, especially, as you say, the very rich residents of the fortress and there are plenty of rich religious people in there who are going to be demanding comfort, who are going to be
Okay.
demanding the best.
I will say we did overthink the tree thing. We might just be able to walk in. I just not
Let's
100%
just try
try.
the easy way.
we
and
could
then-
try the easy way.
We could try.
So let's just go.
Do we
and-
need the sword before, though? Do we need the sword before or after?
Oh, right. Good question.
Don't know that we need it before, and also, I don't know if you've ever tried to plan a ritual, but this shit takes time. There are people there's people I have to text.
And on
Yeah,
that note, I
that
think
would be
that's where
good.
we should go ahead and take our break. So, yeah, we will. We're going to take a quick break. We will be back in 10 to 15 minutes, and we hope to see you soon. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you had a good break. So, you saw a video from an ancient organization calling themselves the Order, which ostensibly Julia is part of. So you are now trying to decide what to do next. You know that the site that memorializes the events of the past is the big statue, Royal Park. And you know that the Church of the Jubilant Corpse owns it. And yeah, Damian, you are correct. You did not get any information about what your body is from this. So
Fantastic.
yeah.
It could be in
So
the church.
I mean, it might. I don't think it is. I don't think they had
Yes.
anything to do with the assassination.
Hmm.
And yes, you rank as assassination now. You're part of a prophecy and ancient heroes. I think it counts.
Rad.
You're a political figure now, baby.
But as far as Hoku power to forge the Evercold sword, because you mentioned we didn't know if we needed it first or second, right?
Yeah. I'm wondering if we should try and find Damian's body before we, potentially signal to the last angel to get its ass down here if it has an ass.
I mean, they all got asses. They're all dudes. I think they're all dudes. I haven't checked to see if they're all dudes. They're all dude shaped.
And, oh, would it be more dangerous if you were corporeal?
I have no idea. I mean, I'm already dead, so
I'm just thinking if it's gonna be a heavy magic lift and the church is giving out extra magic right now, I can't help but feel like those two things might be connected.
maybe we just go check out the
Check it out.
church and then see what we want to do.
Yeah, because I mean, if the sword is gonna call the next angel, it's not like that thing is just gonna appear. We still got to make the conscious effort to make it. So yeah, let's go check out the church, see if they'll let us in. Like, life could be easy for once. And then see if we got to go break into a assassin training ground to steal back Damian's body.
Honestly,
Wait.
I think maybe that's just my experience, but I think the assassin training camp would be easier to just like walk into than the church. At
I
least
mean, if you and Damian want to go hit, or if you and want to go hit the assassin training ground and see if you can just yoink his body back, I've got a feeling that's going to be the more difficult of the two because it's a bunch of assassins.
Will you burst into flames if you walk into the church?
I have
don't see
never walked
why.
into a church. I have never walked into a church. Mostly because you burst into flames once. To be fair, I'm a fire doesn't hurt me as much as it hurts like normal people.
It'd
It's
probably just
gonna
make you itchy.
yeah. I don't know. I've never actually been in a church, which is why I don't want to break that record, especially today, because I have this vision sometimes that if I walk into it, I'm going to get, like if you watch like really scary movies and somebody like walks into a church, like somebody walks into a church and like the loud bells start ringing, and suddenly I don't know, what is that one classical piece that plays every time something like remotely Satan-esque is happening on in movie?
Lacrimosa?
Yeah, that one. Da 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 da. That one. That I feel like that might start playing.
Well, only one way to find out.
We still do have time. I could just like, maybe just like take one step in, if any,
Yeah, you're
take
gonna
a
go all
couple
the
of
way in.
steps in.
If your
Yeah.
feet start tingling when you walk on hallowed ground, just, stop.
Yeah,
True.
let's just head to the church and figure it out from there.
I am gonna wipe Bebo down before we leave because he is getting a crust at this point.
I'm going to hand you like one of my like hankies. I always like just have I just have like a lot of hankies around me. I just give him one of my like monogrammed hankies.
Probably just dunk him in the sink.
Our crusty son.
Yeah. Come here, you gross little child.
Yeah.
Anjum starts
Is he getting any
doing
bigger, by the way? Like, or
Um,
is he kind of stuck at toddler sized?
he seems to be like stuck kind of at toddler size right now.
Cool.
Hasn't gotten a whole lot bigger. It seems like they grow in bursts, so
I wonder if we gotta like start saying affirmations to him or something.
You are loved, you are beautiful, you are adorable.
Couldn't
You
hurt.
are you are the terror of the five seas. You are as awesome as a tornado. You shall one day inherit the earth, and and everyone will bow down to you. Those were like my affirmations when I was growing up.
terror.
That would be the first one you'd pick up on. Good job, buddy.
Ah, And Anjum is like, he has potential. He has potential. I like this kid. And she kind of goes and is now like actually paying attention to little Bebo and just kind of like, yes, 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 you shall be the terror. And it's just like now is just like telling him stories, just like, like singing like old lullabies. Her mom, she remembers like vaguely her mom used to sing to her, and they're all curiously like hell and conquering and deceiving and whatnot themed.
Okay, let's keep in mind that he is going to be his own being after this, probably. So
Yeah, let's not let him grow into the frog.
yeah,
I'm just letting him know all the options. I'm not planning to have any children. I do need to appoint an heir at some point, and Claudio's already said no.
Are we going?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Go.
I'm going to take Bebo from you, and I'm just going to be, I'm going to put in my arms for the first time. I'm just going to be like, just humming lullabies and just like, singing and just telling, just like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Singing curiously, just singing hellish, just singing. But like the way she's singing, because she's singing at a much lower pitch than most humans are capable of. So it sounds very basic. It sounds like even deeper than what is below alto?
Tenor.
Tenor.
Tenor, yeah. She's singing tenor. Like way like the lowest level of tenor, because that's where like you cannot sing demonic lullabies at a human at like normal human tenor.
Yeah. Amazing. Yep. Yeah, y'all get going. So yeah, y'all are gonna head out to the cherry pits. And are you so yeah, I imagine y'all are just taking the bus everywhere. I don't know. Like there's plenty of public transportation. The bus is actually kind of packed with people heading to the church as well. It seems that the church has started doing you hear people talking, they're doing more services because yet another angel showed up. So now there's end of the world panic again. And so yeah, you follow the crowd into this graveyard, and during the daytime it seems like nice and lovely. Seems more like a park than a graveyard. But you head towards this church, and there are two attendants, these two smiling humans who are handing out programs to people, as the entrance to this church is a ramp that begins to go underground in this place to the submerged chapel of the Jubilant corpse. And you head down into this place. Organ music is playing, but like kind of more like hopeful and jaunty organ music is playing as you enter this massive like cathedral. Basically, there are, where there would be normal like stained glass windows in a church. There's instead like murals, and there are candles all throughout the walls here, of various like burial practices, and there's skeletons that are sainted on the in these murals. There's no like celestial presence here. This is clearly a cathedral to the concept of death, maybe also the god of death. And so, Anjum, you don't feel anything super strange in this place. But yeah, there are pews set about, and there is at the front of this cathedral is a statue, kind of a shapeless humanoid statue, laying like leaned back as in repose in a coffin. It seems to be sculpted to seem gaunt but nondescript. And that stands tall, like floor to ceiling of this cathedral at the back of the altar here, which has candles and various other ritual objects on it. And everyone gets settled in, the music starts playing, and a skeleton wearing a suit and a hairpiece steps out onto the front of the altar. He's you would know him. He's pretty well known. His name is Rob Bonestein, and he says, "Welcome, everybody. Now, as we always start these things, let us remember that we all too will die. And we will all be laid to rest, and we will be brought into the embrace of death. And maybe we will be given a second chance, but that is not a guarantee we can live with today."
Damian looks around uncomfortably.
And he says, "Now, I know many of you are here seeking some sort of answer, some sort of reconciliation. But just remembering that you will die and accepting that is important to going into the next phase of your life. And maybe you will come back as a ghost. Maybe you'll come back as a revenant with a job to do. But that is a holy task. Even if your job is to have your spirit go out into the various other afterlives. The Jubilant corpse is here to celebrate you on your way from this life to the next." He says, and he starts just taking this crowd through, some ritual prayers, basically just in reinforcing that concept of like remembering you will die and accepting that, living your life to the fullest and celebrating when you move on. And that seems to be the overall presence here. And, he says, "Now we're going to take collections," and they begin to pass plates to take collections from the rather sizable crowd that is here. And he says, he takes you through the whole crowd through this ritual, and he says, "As we all part from here today, remember we're having a potluck over in the fellowship hall. Got some good dishes. I looked at it before we got out here. Like, you should really help yourself to that. Spend some times with your fellow dying." And with that, like the organ music begins to play and people begin to shuffle about.
He has a lot of faith in afterlives that somehow he's managed to omit the fact that at least I know for a fact at least 5% of this population are in serious debt to demons and devils. I know their afterlives are going to be very different.
Perhaps don't piss off the dude who has the thing we need by talking about how he's wrong.
I'm whispering this to Claudio. I'm just kind of like, just remarking to the group and to Claudio.
Hoku's weirdly uncomfortable despite being a witch that deals with death rituals.
You good?
This feels wrong.
He
Weird.
seems to fetishize it on almost, isn't it?
Why does he need hair?
Hmm.
Why does he need clothes? There's no skin.
I am very tempted to, I don't know, drop a couple of my coins here and, when the time comes, just let it activate and, mess with his head. But honestly, I'll do this another day. He's not going anywhere. Do want to mess with him so badly. Every instinct in me, every instinct that comes from my mother, not the one, not the other one, my human mom, is begging me to fuck with this man so much.
Well, let's figure out whatever it is we need to figure out here first.
True. Okay, that's the big statue, right? Like right in front of me.
No, this is not Big Statue Park. That's a separate place.
Okay.
It's run. The Big Statue Park is run by the Jubilant Corpse, but this is the church of the Jubilant Corpse. Like the physical building church, not the organization.
Okay. So then what do we do now?
Oh, it's open. All right. So just trying to get my thoughts in order. There is, we've thought, or Hoku's aunt mentioned there's a big lake in Big Statue Park that we can freeze over to, in theory, make the sword, right? Did I remember that correctly?
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. In theory, according to the video and the news report, there's extra magic here that's been doing weird things at the Jubilant Corpse church.
At the park.
That's where the extra magic is?
Yes, the magic searches are happening at the Big Statue Park.
And the statue of the heroes was here?
That's at Big Statue Park.
Why did we come
Why
here?
are we here? Right.
Even I'm confused.
Body.
Oh yeah, we're looking for Damian's body.
Yeah.
Oh, we were right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did we think the church would have it for some reason?
They might have better ways of finding it other than us running up on an assassin's guild.
Right.
I don't even know.
And honestly, if they're the ones who are in charge of Big Statue Park, getting their at least agreement to look the other way while we freeze half the park might not be a bad thing. So they don't come in and try and stop us.
I'm not entirely, I mean, if the church, first of all, I am both a demon and I was raised Muslim. So by definition, I don't think the church is going to be very amenable to talk to me. So I think it might be best if maybe Damian and Claudio go and speak. We've got nature spirit, we've got the demon who was raised Muslim, and then we've got the two of you. So, Leihoku and I are not suited to sidle up to the church and go, hey, we need a favor.
All right.
use your most pathetic eyes, Damian, just like the most pathetic, sad, please help me, I'm all alone and helpless look in the world. Apparently, the whole lost lamb thing really works on them. At least that's what I've been told.
Should y'all go talk to him and we go check out the park while you do that?
Do you want to
Yeah.
take Bebo?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to be dealing with magic and siphoning magic and there's a surge, he might grow or something.
There you go, baby.
Um,
Ooch, 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 ooch.
I pass over the pot poos.
And just in case, Hoku's gonna very gently grab Claudio by the arm. Life alert. And create a mental link.
Nice.
Awesome.
Just in case. It's faster than texting.
It goes both ways.
It
If y'all get in trouble or if we do.
thoughts,
Cool.
images. You think danger will probably come running.
Cool.
Excellent. So who's do you want to talk to Rob Bonestein?
I guess so.
Okay. Yeah, he's standing up, he's shaking hands with people as much as he can with his bony hands. But he's making a genuine effort here. He's shaking people's hands as they go to the potluck. He says, remember you'll die. Remember you'll die.
You're muted, Nico.
No, I what is
You're
wrong with
just-
him? Disbelief. Glad I'm not sticking around to talk to him because I think Hoku might sock him in his bony face.
Well, I don't want to interrupt him if he's talking to people.
Oh, he'll eventually get to you. Yes. So like, yeah,
Cool.
you'll come up to him. Yeah.
Okay. So don't really need to remember that I will die. I've done that part. But I don't know where my body is. So that's
He's-
something you can help with.
He says, you don't know where your body is. Now, why does that trouble you?
Should it not bother me? It's my body, and I would like to know where it is. Like,
I'm sorry. Are you new here? I haven't. There's been a lot of new folks, and I just want to be sure.
Like new here to the church or new to being a ghost?
Yeah, new to the presence of the Jubilant corpse.
This is my first time here. I don't really do church things.
Well, welcome, child. It sounds like you've already done the hard part, and that is something that we would love to celebrate with you. You've already done the hard part. You've already passed on, and now the Jubilant corpse has placed you gently into a second life.
Okay, I'd still like to try and track down my body, but I imagine you're not going to be able to help me with that.
Well, I don't know why I would know about your body, but if that is something that concerns you, I would ask, why invite that level of grief into your heart? You should celebrate the fact that you have been given a second beautiful life.
Right. I'm going to look at Claudio. I think we have to meet our friends now.
Does it seem like this guy believes what he's selling?
Go ahead and give me an intellect roll.
And I have something that makes that. I have sense attitudes as an ability.
Okay.
Yeah, and sensing lies as an ability, and then I have detecting deception as a skill. Claudio was built to be a lie detector.
Yes. Oh yeah, that gives you training in that. Fantastic. And whether a person's likely already does believe your lies.
Okay,
Good
where
to
the hell
know.
did you go? Okay, 15.
15. Okay. So yeah, with your proficiency in it, you are, while he's been talking the whole time, you've been reading him. He wears a hairpiece. He's wearing clothes. You can see now that you're closer, the clothes are filled out, so it seems like he's more lifelike. For someone who preaches being comfortable in their own death, he's mildly, too wildly uncomfortable with his own undeath.
Okay, cool. I will go up and I will shake his hand.
He says, welcome to the presence of the Jubilant corpse. Remember, you will die.
Yep, I've had a couple run-ins with it and haven't made the jump yet. Would it be okay to talk to you for a moment about everything that's going on outside and any changes that might be making to the church here? And I have not let go of his hand.
He says, I'm a busy guy, but we got several we've been setting up these emergency meetings, let people come in and do their prayers, but I think I have a few minutes. Yeah.
That would be great. Do you have an office?
I in fact do have an office. Perhaps it is good to take this back for just a moment. And he turns to some other people. He's like, I'll come meet with y'all at the fellowship hall. Please avail yourself to the fine foods there. And kind of waves off the rest of the people waiting to shake hands with him.
All right, great. And yeah, I'll let go of his hand and, like an old friend, one arm over his shoulder, kind of just grabbing the shoulder, like, lead the way, my friend.
Yeah, he'll lead you back basically to like some rooms behind the altar space, still all underground, no windows or anything like that. But he brings you to in comparison to the massive cathedral, it's a pretty small office, but it has a nice desk. He he brings you in. He's like, come sit. There's couches and a few chairs. It seems like he meets people here quite often. He says, can I offer you a drink of some sort? I got a little mini bar here.
No, thank you. I appreciate it, though. Can I do perception check?
Yes, of course.
Intellect?
Yeah, that would be intellect. Yeah.
Okay, that's only an 8.
Okay. And you have intimidation. So yeah, okay. That is not bad. So, you are looking. What are you looking for?
Claudio got arrested and finally convicted for basically playing Robin Hood, taking money from the rich and redistributing it. That is not the only thing he's ever done, however. I'm looking to see one kind of, as we're standing talking, is there anything on the desk with names of people that sound familiar, names of people that I would recognize? Any, have I redistributed anything from the church, perhaps, or given anything to the church that I could now turn into so you remember those those things that you needed a couple years back, well.
Yeah, you definitely see that he hasn't had the time. He did not prepare for you to be here. So there are things on his desk that he is like a couple of folders of papers and things that he is closing shut or trying to put away in a drawer as you enter this place. And yeah, you are scanning the room as you come in, and you see that there are um like high value donors to the church. They say it's donations, collections, things that they're taking in, and they're taking in a lot. You can definitely see that they're taking in a lot more money, because like those things have like year over year kind of things on them, projections and stuff. You get the sense that like there's a business side to what he's doing here. And you see that there are a few names here. One that does instantly trip your spidey senses, as it were, is that the you see the last name Scatterwind amongst the top donors on the list before he puts that paper away. He says, "How can I help you? It sounds like you're not in need of as much spiritual counseling as I thought you were."
Nope, my spirit is pretty firmly attached to these old bones, but my friends seems to have gotten shaken loose by the scatterwinds. And from those papers you just shoved away real quick, you might maybe happen to know something about that?
He says, "Look, I don't know what you are insinuating. I certainly am not a murderer. People die when it is their time, and it is not my job to take away death from the purview of the Jubilant corpse."
No, not trying to take away death anywhere. I understand that. But is it really their time when the assassin shows up and knocks on their door?
I don't know nothing about that. I do have, I am good friends with the good suzerain of of this house of Scatterwind, but we're just buddies. We're just pals. It's he's got a few business interests that he has, and I talk to him from time to time. He is worried about his own mortality and his own death, and I offer my spiritual guidance in those situations.
And would his worry about his own mortality have anything to do with those magic surges that are happening, or the prophecy that's being talked about?
I'm pretty sure those magic surges have to do with those weird freaky giant things that come down. Truly a sign of the times. A lot of people are worried about their mortality, and I'm going to help them accept that,
Just like you're accepting yours, right?
I do not know what you are insinuating.
I mean, I've seen plenty of skeletons walking around, and yeah, they'll wear shoes because calcium that makes up bones is still just calcium, and that's hard on the body. But a fully padded suit, hairpiece, and tie? Now that is a level of acceptance that I was not expecting. It'd sure be a shame to have that pointed out.
Well, look, I do things to make people more comfortable with listening to me. I'm not doing anything no one else would do. I'm not, I'm living in the full presence of I don't why are you doing this to me? What is your problem? Who are you?
I'm nobody important, but I have questions, and I'd really like some answers.
I thought you were a cop. You're not cops, are you?
Would it make a difference?
Give me an intimidation.
Anything I can do to help,
And,
because I am also trained in or practiced in intimidation.
oh, you are. Oh, well, that practice is normal. So, yeah. So yeah, you can help, and that'll ease the difficulty on Claudio.
17.
Oh,
Nice.
17. Okay. That reaches formidable difficulty, which is absolutely, he says, there is absolutely no reason a cop would ever need to do. I don't know your, sorry, I don't know what you're looking for, but please don't call the cops.
I really don't care what racket you're running. I've run plenty myself. I want to know, one, any information you can give me about my friend's here's body. Two, any information you can give me about the magic surges. And yes, I understand they're probably because of the big things that have shown up. Information. I cannot make bricks without clay.
He says, all right, look, it's not, I'm required, I made a deal with a few unsavory people who may or may not have connections with the giants that are coming. I don't know how. It's mostly demons, and it's not, if it ever came out that I was making deals with demons to pad the wealth of my own wealth, well, that would be demonic fraud, which falls under a whole host of federal crimes that I am trying to keep quiet. I'm trying to get out of that business. I swear. But you know, my house is a little expensive, and you know, like before all this happened, there wasn't as much money coming in through the church, which is tax free and clean, and so I made a few deals. Part of that deal is that I have to make sure that the giants establish themselves here. It's good for the demons. It's good for a whole bunch of other people. It's not good for the queen and the crown, which would become a problem. Now, that's why I cozied up to House Scatterwind. See, they can do things I can't do because I'm just a skeleton and also a holy man, and I'm not going to get my hands dirty in that way. It would be a little too much for me. And honestly, I'm, despite not having anybody to have any constitution with, I'm of a low constitution when it comes to like dealing with blood and stuff. It's kind of grody. So I've been cozying up to him. He's really worried about dying soon, and I've been like feeding him a whole bunch of stuff about the glorious life he can have if he accepts his death. And he does favors for me here and there, and also has become kind of a big donor, which is alleviating my own financial problems. Now, go ahead.
I was going to say, what favors has he done for you?
Well, we caught wind of we have a few of our quasi-dead seers. It's part of the whole order of what goes on here. They're looking into prophecies and we help important people understand when they will die to set their affairs in order. But they caught wind of the prophecy that this giant is coming back, this prince, and got we caught it a little early. And also, I knew that he had connections to get into the Department of Prophecy where they would be able to like set up heroes, which is what they do. They set up heroes to thwart threats to this city and to the crown. And I figured, hey, I tell him about it. He kills a few people, stops the prophecy before it happens, and I don't have to worry about things anymore.
And you figured out who all of these people are, or
Oh
just my
no,
friend here?
I don't know who was in the prophecy. I kept my nose out of that part. I didn't need to know. That was all. That was all. That was all Kieran. I didn't. I didn't need to know. I didn't want to know. He killed. He had you killed. I'm sorry, my ghostly friend. I feel if I hadn't made a few decisions in my life that we could have been friendly. Um, I didn't want anyone to actually die, but yeah.
Funny thing, making a deal with a house of assassins and not wanting anyone to die. Who is this Kieran?
Oh, Kieran Scatterwind. He's the suzerain. That's his first
Okay.
name. And
Making
sorry,
sure.
that's just what I call him.
That's fine. All right. So he's scared of dying. He feels like his time is coming soon. You have been playing on that to help fund your church. You've made a half dozen demon deals to
A couple
help fund
dozen.
your church.
It's fine.
And the demons have said, you got to help these giants take hold.
Yeah, it's gonna be chaos and death and destruction for a minute, and they're planning on breaking the separation between their world and ours for at least for a time. This has happened in the past before, and it never lasts. But they give me money, and I promise them things.
I know you can't give me names. Can you give me elements of the demons?
Oh, sorry.
Not asking for names.
No, and it's not that. It's that if I give any identifying information, I'm actually magically bound to not be able to do that. I'm pushing up against my magical bounds as it is. And honestly, if I have this place warded to the fucking brim. And because if they found out about this at all, my soul, I would just drop to bones right now.
All right.
They would take my soul permanently.
You can't tell me who they are. You can't give me any identifiers. Can you tell me who they're not?
Oh, I don't know too many. You got a list of demons? You got some. I can answer maybe yes or I can maybe answer no.
Because I hanging around on out of character, hanging around Anjum, I've probably picked up, okay, Anjum is silver or silver based. I'd imagine there's probably like obviously fire, there's probably various metals, there's probably like ice, cold. Like I imagine there's one for every element you can think of.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, that's a lot. We need to narrow this down a little bit. So, and I don't want to go through the whole list. We don't have to do that.
Yeah.
But I will say, I'm like, are there any, metallic based ones?
No metallic ones.
Are there any earth based, like, lava, stone, metal, I guess, is earth, but lava, stone, dust, ash.
You could tell he like goes to speak and
Okay,
like
cool.
can't.
Don't press it, man. And then, is there storm-based and like it just kind of like rattling things off.
Yeah. You get the sense he's made a lot of deals.
Okay.
And so but it doesn't seem to be any metallic ones. It doesn't seem to be you get into some of the ones that would be probably more minor, like the ones of like fire and earth and ash, like those are like kind of on the higher tier of demons, and like you're going down, it's like he seems to have like made some higher tier deals here. And he has become like, you get the sense that he's become like kind of a puppet for them at this point because of all the deals he's had to make.
All right. Well, you're gonna make one more deal, and I don't want your soul for it. It's real easy. There is, according to prophecy, some kind of magical doohickey that needs to get to the heroes. You'll tell me where it is, so I can get that to the heroes. And you're just not going to investigate anything that goes on in Big Statue Park.
He says, all right, yeah, no, I won't do anything to stop you. Yeah, I will stay completely off your back. I won't. I promise I won't send any more assassins your way. I won't. I promise.
Sounds good to me. It's been good talking to you, and I'll go ahead and shake his hand again. Stand up. Just my hoodie. You go ahead and have some of the food. It did really smell good in there. We'll see. And
I can't eat. It's a whole thing. But thank you.
And I do ask him again for the location of the magical thing that's in the statue for the heroes that was in the.
Yeah, he'll say. He says, "Well, yeah, the actual statue. It's the park is situated so people aren't stepping around the ruins of the place so much anymore. Used to be able to walk right up to the statue, but it started wearing and decaying, and we decided to preserve it the best we could. It's been a recent renovation project, but now there's kind of observation decks around that area. You can't actually walk down to the ruins. You'd have to like you'd have to like kind of get down from there. The staff can go down there, so you might have to have some of the staff help you to get down, but I can send word ahead of you and let them know you're coming.
A note would be fine. We don't need to let them know before we get there.
Oh yeah, of course. And he pulls out some of his own like personal letterhead and writes a note for you and hands it to you. Like it basically just says, I can do what I want.
Fabulous. Well, we will leave you be.
He says, it has been a pleasure. The pleasure's all mine. Please come back anytime. As he opens the door and like has you like as you go ahead and exit.
Yeah, as we're walking out, I will turn it. Is there anybody still in this area, or has everybody moved off?
There's still like a few like stragglers, but there's not really a whole lot of people around.
Just for form's sake, just for in case anybody asks, we'll definitely be getting in touch about the donations and everything. Like, they appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. And
the Jubilant Corps, we appreciate your patronage.
And Damian and I will stroll out.
Okay.
Once we're out, I'm just going to be like, that was so impressive.
Claudio kind of looks left, looks right as we're walking, and just I hate
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Don't tell Anjum that I can be scary. I've managed to hide it from her pretty well.
I got you. I got you.
That's probably a good idea, because the minute Anjum finds out Claudio can be intimidating, she will actively start recruiting Claudio into the organization. And funniest ironic thing is, if Anjum knew Claudio was intimidating, he would already been in on the plans. So, okay, what did we find out? Damian, so how did the child, did you use the sad eyes, the sad anime eyes?
Go to the
The
park.
saddest eyes.
We're just standing outside. However long they were talking.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, you're standing outside, whereas it's very like gothic and everything inside the cathedral. Once you come out, it's daytime and it's like a kind of a nice park vibe, even if you're like next to, graves as you're chilling out outside the church.
Oh God, it's so bright.
You still have pupils? Anyway, that's not gonna do it. So, where are y'all headed next?
Park, I guess.
Okay. All right. Yeah. It's not far from here. But it is outside of the cherry pits. So you take the bus to its last stop, and then it's still like the last stop is at this park. It doesn't go all the way to Lake Danu, which is kind of on the other side of the park from where you are. But yeah, you can come into this park. There are people just kind of going through. There is this smiling there's this woman. She's wearing like khaki. She looks like a park ranger, like in a park ranger outfit. She has bright red lipstick. Her hair is done really neatly, and she says, welcome to Big Statue Park. Donations are appreciated, but admission is free. Please enjoy your time. Avail yourself to the programs. We have informational brochures. There's birds of Big Statue Park. There's various things about the stones here. Please let me know if you have any questions.
Did you two go ahead of us, or are we all going together?
It sounded like y'all went ahead of us, like were there first.
Yeah, I thought we went ahead instead of
Okay, cool.
waiting outside the church for y'all.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we would have gone up ahead and waiting for you all.
Okay. Yeah, y'all probably won't be far behind then. So y'all be able to like scout out the park at least. But yeah, the park is kind of the park entrance seems to be at like a higher level, like on the top of a hill from the actual ruins itself. So you can walk out onto the park, and there's basically a built out deck where you can go, and there's where you can walk out and you can see the ruins below, and you can see the big statue. It looks like this used to be like a larger, maybe even it was a building at one point, but all that's left is like stone and rubble and the cobblestones in the ground. But you're at a deck above. There are like coin operated like binoculars. You can like look down. There are people taking pictures. It's also got like nature trails and stuff through the surrounding area, but the ruins themselves are kind of cordoned off from you.
I don't think my boots are walking enough to go into the nature hike area.
I don't think we have to go hiking. We have to get up to the statue, down to the statue.
Let's ask. Let's ask. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, how can I help you?
I was wondering, if you could tell us a little bit about the stones, and about, like, why is it called Big Stone Park and stuff?
Oh yes, Big Statue Park. Yes, and you can see like she has a name badge. It says Janice on it. And she says, yes, Big Statue Park has been here long before the monarchy here was established. We are uncertain as to who built it, but the goal here is preservation, research, and allowing the public to see it as a educational outlet. We don't know the exact processes, but they seem to have been a very sophisticated society. Straight cut stones, intricate stonework. You can see there's a mosaic that was probably at one point brightly colored in the middle there. The statue, though, is truly the pinnacle of what we want to show people here. And unfortunately, we can't let you down to the ruins. We recently there was been just too many people coming, and we've had to scale back on who can go down there just to preserve the site as it is. But the statue is of like nothing we found from this era. It is highly detailed, and it hands you a brochure that has more close-up pictures of it. It seems to be like a male figure in a hood, holding a staff, with just one hand like raised, the other hand raised up, in this kind of almost intimidating pose. And it says, we don't know if this was perhaps an ancient god. It could have been one of the wizard kings that ruled this land long before monarchies came and people settled into the cities. But please, we have plaques here that explain various parts. There are some murals down in the ruins, and they are pictured here, depicting some battles and various things, but there's no language here to translate. It seems to all be pictures and pictograms and things that we still don't know, and that's why we preserve the site. So maybe in the future, researchers can have a breakthrough and determine what this site was once for.
That's very interesting. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Please let me know if you need anything else.
Of course. I was wondering if I could donate something to the park, just a little something, and I sort of like I pretend to be reaching into my wallet, and I like create a silver coin, a fairly big one this time. Like it looks like it's like it looks like it's about this big.
Yes, there are donation boxes up in the front in the information center. But you're welcome to leave a donation with us.
Okay. What I want to do now is I want to keep tabs on her where she's moving so that me and Leihoku and the rest of us can sneak into the rock. Like, but I
Okay.
want to keep a track on her. Like, I want this to be a locator of sorts. So I
Okay.
need to slip this into her like pocket or something.
All right. Give me a speed roll. I don't know if you have any skills that might be helpful in this situation.
1 second. I should have something, hopefully. Or I'm gonna have to do a straight speed roll.
Yeah, looking at your sheet here. So Yeah, I don't really see anything maybe deceiving, but
I have balance and careful movement. I have
um
deceiving.
that'll work. Yeah,
Hmm.
that should ease the difficulty here for you.
Yahoo! Let's see now. Okay. Okay, speed. Come on, baby. Not great. That was not good.
The VTT's dice tonight have just
I
been
swear it has been
wicked.
Okay.
garbage rolls, garbage rolls.
Yeah, the luckily the target number was not very high for you, and this does ease your difficulty. So 8 is plenty. You are able to slip the coin on her. She's not, she's not like resisting you in any way. She's just going about her duties.
Yeah, I kind of am like, I'm touching her shoulder and like, like I'm like, grabbing, like, holding her hands, like, thank you so much. Like, very effusive. I'm very
Yeah.
effusive while I slip the thing. And I look at everyone meaning, and as she walks away, I wait until she's, for a bit of distance out, and I'm like, we need to get down there and we need to do it quick and sneaky.
Yeah, I think that's about the time that if Claudio and Damian were heading your way, I think this is about the time y'all show up. Um, yeah, just shortly after that. So yeah, but yeah, you're being effusive to her, and she's still just smiling like nothing's wrong at all. You're being perfectly polite, and she's perfectly happy.
Damian's gonna grab brochures on the way in. The little info sheets. Oh, look, Claudio
Yeah.
birds.
Oh, Bebo would love that.
Right?
Yeah. You come to the park. Yeah, you see Janice's up at the entrance telling you again like donations are appreciated, but admission is free. Please enjoy your time here.
I think Claudio's just paranoid at this point. Like nobody should be that happy the world is ending.
Do you want to make a roll about it?
Yes!
Yeah.
This motherfucker is lying. All right. Intellect again.
Yeah, it'll be intellect. You have all those sensing things, so I'll just lower the difficulty for you.
7.
7. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Not a human. Very much not a human. Something's way off. You can't like you don't know the specifics, but like this is not a person.
I knew it.
Are you gesturing to the others like about Janice saying that, look out or something? Or are we just, I'm just waiting with Lehuku and I'm like, we have to like get moving and I'm like telling we need to get down there.
Do I
Look
get
at
a vibe of what the Janice is? Like, is this a stone construct? Is this an automata? Is this a very hearty illusion?
The the skin in her like the skin she has doesn't quite move the way you expect. There are little key things like the constant persistent smile doesn't crack even as she's talking. It's like her skin's not real. You don't know what's underneath it. That's a little harder to tell.
I don't like it. All right, cool. I am gonna hold on to my letter for a minute until I can like
Okay.
watch.
Yeah.
Because if from everything I've learned, if this is somebody on someone else's payroll, I don't want to draw too much attention to myself.
Fair enough. Yeah. Do you want to give me a perception?
Sure. All right, that's better. 13, and I've got finding and noticing small details or identifying objects.
Okay. 13. That's really good.
Like when you're
Okay.
trying to find out what's under somebody's skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are 3 rangers here. Yeah, one is a woman, dark brown skin, hair also done just really neatly. There is a guy, there's a man, it looks to be in his like 20s, fair skin, hair also like gelled down, and they all have these smiles on them. And they are all just helping people so gladly while they're here at the park. They are keeping an eye to make sure that there's a couple of like entrances that are like clearly marked staff only to go down to the ruins, and you can tell that they are keeping a constant eye on that, never breaking the smile while looking though.
I know nobody else rolled, but does anybody else notice this, or is Claudio just like the cat staring into the corner again?
Yeah, I feel like I would at least notice Claudio looking around.
Yeah,
So
if you
would I pick up anything?
I mean, go ahead. Anyone who wants to can make a roll. The worst that'll happen is that you get XP from this roll, so don't worry too much.
A 13.
Oh, that's really good. Do you have anything that eases it?
Don't think so.
Okay, 13's good though.
Mine's an 8.
An 8?
So
Okay. Yeah, with an 8, let's see. Yeah, you don't really notice as much. You just think they're like maybe a little too happy. Maybe they're in a cult, and you don't know.
I got
yeah,
But-
she's like, yeah, of course the weirdo ass people who work in the park would be like in a cult. Like, we just came from a cult, this must be another cult. I just need a way to get these people away from the door so we can go down there.
Yeah,
So I think she's
the-
too busy trying to formulate a plan there.
this is the same cult. Yeah, like the church owns this place, so like they work for the Church of the Jubilant Corpse. But Damian, you pick up on the same weird vibes pretty easily. Leihoku, you get like the same thing Anjum got. Like,
If Claudio's thinking it hard enough, he can project it into my brain.
yeah,
You would just hear, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Why
What
are
the
these people so
fuck?
creepy?
Back. Are you okay? Are you all right? Do you need help?
Where are y'all?
On the observation deck.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah, and Damian and I guess we would just walk up there.
okay.
Why are these people so creepy?
Yeah, I don't know. We
They're
You
in a
think-
cult.
you think dude would have mentioned something?
Think. What the fuck is going on?
Are they creepy like for the church creepy, or are they creepy
No, this
in
is
a special
creepy.
way?
This is a special kind of creepy. This isn't just
Ah.
normal church
Ooh.
creepy.
Are any of them still nearby?
No, I mean, nearby is kind of relative. They're around. They're not like right next to you or anything, but they're kind of just around, and they are making like rounds around the place.
You need to get
Can
close
I-
to one.
Can I wait
need
for
to
one of them to pass
distract one of-
by?
We
And
need
I'm
to
going to
distract one of
scan
them.
them,
Okay.
see what the fuck is going on.
You have a like a scan ability.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
scanning.
Tell me what that ability gives you.
You scan an area equal in size to a 10-foot cube, including all objects or creatures within that area. The area must be within short range. Scanning a creature or object always reveals its level. You also learn whatever facts the GM feels are pertinent about the matter and energy in that area.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. These rangers, they are level 2, and um they are absolutely some type of undead, probably skeletons.
Uh, uh, why did why does the one at the church not wear skin? I guess, that's
So they did borrow the skin.
they're yeah, they're undead. This is disconcerting. I don't like it here. Can we go where we're supposed to get going and just
There's guards standing at the door. We need them to move. We need to figure out a way to get them to move so we can go through there.
I can't hear you, Claudio.
Oh,
So, oh yeah.
oh.
Oh, your headphones.
Yeah, gotta give them a minute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sweet. You said Leihoku found out that they're skeletons, so we're
Yes.
probably clear.
Yeah.
Great. So I'll just when one of them swings back up, hey, we would really like to go down and check out the ruins. I have this, and give them the note.
Yeah, you come up to Janice again, and she looks at it and she says, well, look at that. That gives you permission. Please make your way down.
Fabulous. Thank you.
Is that a skeleton or a robot?
Yeah, she unhooks the little chain that marks the staff only area and like invites you down to walk down. And as you walk down to the ruins of this place, that's where we're going to call it for tonight. Excellent session, everybody. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and do our outros. We'll start with you, Ablasha.
I've been Anjum Argent Khan, your resident chaos person and demon who has not been who has not burst into flame yet in church. So that's a good thing because the church in this town is equally fucking batshit. So you can find me on Blue Sky at Ombre Lesbian Night, that's where I am most of the time. You can find my blog pinned there, so please do go check out my blog. It has links to the TTRPG books I have contributed to writing under Daylight Publications, so please do go check it out. I am going to be appearing in a one-shot of Werewolf the Apocalypse in for a different channel in I think by 24th March or something, by end of March. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Amazing. Liz.
Hey. Oh, I am okay. Hey, I'm Liz. I have been Claudio Juarez, who got to use the other half of his skills this evening, which was very fun. I'm Fuzzy Slippers 05, wherever you want to try and find me. I haven't been doing much, but that's looking like it's going to start changing here in the next month and a half, which I'm very excited about. Yeah, it'll be good.
Amazing. Nico.
I am Nico. I have been Leihoku Ahuna, our very combat reluctant witch. As the first person I hit, and we're not even supposed to hit them. If you want to follow me on Blue Sky, it's InkyToeBeans. I mostly just repost other people's stuff for now, because all of my projects are still secret. So if you want to follow me, you can, but there's not a lot of updates going on yet.
Awesome. Jaden.
Hey friends, I am Soliloquy or Jaden. You can find me everywhere online as FatSapphicBro. I mostly hang out on TikTok. Sometimes I'm on YouTube. Sometimes I'm here on Twitch. For TTRPG streaming, I'm here on Twitch most Sundays, 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. Most Mondays, 6 to 9 p.m. Most Tuesdays, 6 to 9 p.m. All Pacific time, but not the last 7 days of each month. All the details are in the announcements. Thanks for hanging out with us.
And I'm Archangelic. You can find me here at all the times Soliloquy said in the announcements. Our schedule was also in the break screen. And you can find many links for me on my website, archangelic.space. That includes my link to my Blue Sky and various other projects I work on. I'm also doing professional GMing. So if you want me to run a game for you, you can book me at startplaying.games/GM/archangelic. I have a bunch of games if you want to learn to play Thirsty Sword Lesbians. I have some one-shots open if you want to learn to play and have some fun. So yeah, if you've missed any of our games, you can check them out on YouTube. The link is in our link tree, and it's also in the channel description. Thanks, you wonderful players, for being here and really engaging with the story. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you to our audience for joining us. And lastly, thanks to our producer, Polly Guys, for helping us stream this show. We appreciate you, and we couldn't do it without you. And with that, as always, we love you, and we hope to see you next time. Good night, everybody.